Okay, let's look at how to embed a YouTube video into your Schoology account. Now, before we start, I just want to caution you, YouTube in general, some of the privacy settings have been very wonky with our learners. I've tested some YouTube things on my son's iPad, and then thinking it's working because it's working on his iPad. It's not necessarily working on one of the kids in his class's iPad. So just really when possible, I would try to encourage you maybe to not use as much YouTube within your classroom. But there are times where there's things that you want to add. And so this video is going to show you. As always, I would try it out on your iPad as you're logged into a learner before you publish it for your kiddos. So that being said, let's go ahead and connect YouTube to our Schoology account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the menu at the top, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Resources. And what I'm going to do when I get to the Resources tab is I'm going to look for this little apps icon, and I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And so you'll notice that here I've got a variety that are already kind of connected to my Schoology, and I already have YouTube as one of those things. But if you have never kind of added this before, you're going to want to go to the Install Apps, agree to some terms, and then basically you'll find YouTube on the list here and make sure that it's checked. Because mine's already connected to Schoology, I don't have that option on the list. Okay, so that was step one. The next step is I would go ahead and go over to YouTube. And a couple of things here in YouTube that you're going to definitely want to know is you definitely want to make sure that this blue bar underneath the video you want to embed or share has gone ahead and been approved for our domain. So you can see this one that I'm trying to use is already approved, but if it wasn't, I'd have an option here to click approve, and then that kind of helps our kids with some of the security pieces. So keep that in mind. You're only going to see this blue bar if you are logged into YouTube. So make sure that you log into YouTube using your @g.coppellisd.com. Find your video, make sure that it's approved for Coppell. Then we're going to go ahead and go back to Schoology. Okay, so now we've added our resource app. We've made sure that some of the security settings in YouTube are good. Now it's time to add. I'm going to go ahead and go to my course. And I could also do this from a group. Doesn't matter if I'm, needing to. I always have on the add materials option the option to add a page, which is what we're going to do. I'm going to use a cool trick where I am going to hover so that I can put this particular page where I want it to. I'm going to click on that little green dot and I see my menu again. I'm going to go ahead and tap Add Page. And then I'm going to go ahead and give this a title. Okay. So now that I've added YouTube, I can go to the squareo and I can click there, and you'll notice that I have YouTube as one of the options that I can embed from. So that one-time setup of adding YouTube to Schoology was kind of a good idea, because now all I have to do is in anywhere, go to the page and go to YouTube. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to search for that video. And when I find it, oh, here it is, I'm going to click on the box, and I'm actually going to import that as an embed. And it looks like it didn't work because Schoology's like that, but it really did. And I can click on this box and I can actually go in and change how big or how small it is. Or I could do some dragging from the little dots to adjust the size if I want to. And I can also align it to the center. This way, it's created a page in Schoology, and I can go ahead and click Create. And once that does that, you'll see that from the kids side, I can click on my page called Kid President, and what I see is just my video embedded there. Again, I would definitely check it on your iPad, maybe even send it out to one of your kids just to kind of get a feel for, hey, can you see this? Just because we do have some wonky YouTube settings from time to time. Hope this helps.